Hey, isn't that him now?
Jamie Dimon.
Isn't that Jamie Dimon? I'm here to make an arrest.
Citizens arrest!
Citizens arrest!
We'll take care of that.
What's the Donald Trump tie?
Jamie Dimon, I'm going to bring you to justice for crimes against the working class. Your Honor, the defendant.
Crimes? What crimes? You should be giving me a medal.
That's a lie!
Dimon, you're being charged with 3 counts. Count 1, that you willfully disregarded the public good and wanton pursuit of personal wealth. Count 2, that you enriched yourself at public expense. Count 3, that the sum total of your acts amount to grave moral turpitude. How do you plead?
Absolutely and completely innocent. You got nothing on
The defendant pleads not guilty. Mr. Prosecutor, are you ready for your first witness?
I am, Your Honor. I call to the stand Mr. Jamie Dimon.
Mr. Dimon, would you raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
me. I always tell the truth.
Mr. Dimon, you are CEO of J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and Investment Firm, is that correct?
I certainly am.
And you were CEO during 2007 and 2008 in the run-up to our present demise of the financial system?
I most certainly was.
Isn't it true, Mr. Dimon, that you directed your institution to engage in highly risky investments, and that by the summer of 2008, J.P. Morgan Chase was about to go belly up?
No. Chase Morgan was in great sound financial shape.
Mr. Dimon, you are under oath. Is that the truth, really?
That's a lie!
Mr. Dimon, if your bank was in such great shape, why did you need $25 billion in TARP money to bail it out? Mr. Dimon, you are under oath.
Well, first of all, we don't use a term like, or a phrase like belly up. We use more technical terms like we were leveraged up the wazoo, or we were sucking swamp water.
Thank you, Mr. Dimon. If you and the other Wall Street firms had not gotten that bailout, what do you think would have happened?
Actually, we took a look at those scenarios, and they didn't look good. We're talking about 80% unemployment, world, global, financial meltdown, families eating their pets, the basic Armageddon scenario.
And Mr. Dimon, while you were directing Wall Street towards that Armageddon, what was your own personal salary and bonuses? What was it, $66.9 million to remind you?
66. What did I hear?
More or less. I mean, you gotta pay for talent.
Let me pursue an alternative line of questioning for a moment, Mr. Dimon. How much did J.P. Morgan Chase, under your direction, spend last year lobbying Congress?
6.2 million, give or take a mil.
6.2 million. What was the purpose? Did your lobbyists, Mr. Dimon, spend their time lobbying against financial reform? Why, Mr. Dimon?
Well, you gotta look at it this way. You need reasonable regulation so that the natural proclivity of the market to be creative and to create jobs will be unfettered.
That's a lie.
You lobbied for creativity and not for greed? Mr. Dimon, is that the truth?
That is the truth.
I rest my case, Your Honor.
Mr. Dimon, would you like to say anything in your own defense?
I would actually. Look, I don't do this for me. It's tough being the CEO of a bank. It really is. I mean, I do this for you. I do this for the regular person, the regular people, working stiffs like you.
That's a lie!
Order, please.
I got no insurance!
Good job.
Mr. Dimon, if you have nothing more to say in your defense, it's time now to refer this to the jury. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, have you reached a verdict?
Hair hanging!
Hang 'em high.
Your Honor,
Draw and quarter.
this proceeding is so out of hand. I need a trial by my peers. People like this, my peers. Not this rabble, not people like this, my peers, my folks.
I can see your point, Mr. Dimon, but objection overruled. It's now the duty of the court to pass judgment. The court recognizes that you're remorseful in this situation,
$45 billion back.
and there's a lot of latitude for the court. We can be quite harsh or we can be mild. For example, in the past, nations have nationalized banks.
Go for it.
They've confiscated excessive compensation.
Sounds good to me.
Shut him down!
In some cases, bankers have found themselves out of a job or even in jail.
Public stockade!
But in light of your remorse
What?
and the fact that the court is in a lenient mood,
You're in a lenient mood. We sure aren't.
order in the court, please. And the fact that I've got a pretty tough election coming up.
Money, 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 money!
The court orders the following sentence. We also would like to institute a pay cut. How does about 17 million sound for you?
Not enough.
They're not too happy about it, but we can live with it. We can live with it.
Very good then. Court dismissed.
Hey, Judge, about that campaign.
The people say, make them pay. The people say, make them pay. The people say, make them pay. Make them pay. Make them pay.
Make them pay! Make them pay!
Make them pay. So I take it you didn't consider that an appropriate punishment for the sins of Mr. Jamie Dimon.
No.
The AFL-CIO is not necessarily punishment, but we have a plan that we would like Congress to institute that would take all these trillions of dollars that are in Wall Street and put them to work to put people back to work. There's basically four pieces. First of all, there should be fees paid by the Wall Street banks to pay back the bailout money. There should be a special levy on Wall Street bonuses. They should close the loopholes that allow hedge fund and private equity managers to pay taxes at a lower rate than those of us with ordinary income. And mostly, and most important, we are in favor of a financial transactions tax, a very small tax on large financial transactions, which other countries are looking at, the United States should look at, and would raise a significant amount of money, anywhere between $100 and $300 billion a year. And that's enough money to fund a jobs program which would expand unemployment and would continue the COBRA assistance until our economy recovers.
Or until we get single-payer health care.
Yeah, there you go. We
a
pay
while.
for our infrastructure needs, our crumbling roads and bridges and schools. Would assist state and local governments that are all facing huge deficits and are talking about cutting back the services that are really needed now. And would do other works programs, much as was done in the past when we suffered a Great Depression, doing work that needs to be done, and then finally taking what's left of or what's been repaid of the so-called TARP bailout money and loan and allow community banks and not the big Wall Street banks to make loans in the community for our folks and for small and medium-sized businesses. So with that, I would urge you all to carry this message to our member in Congress, or if you don't live in this area, your member in Congress, and our two U.S. senators. Call them, write them, etc. On the back of your $1 million bill, on the right-hand side is a list of the 4 points that I just made, how to raise money to pay for a jobs program, to put people back to work so they start buying stuff again so our economy recovers. And with that, I just want to thank you all for coming out today and hope that you will continue this effort. Little guy. Thank you all.